everyone, Sherry Canino here, and welcome to this week's Stencil Crush Tuesday. This week I'm working in my Jane Davenport watercolor art journal, and we're going to be creating a 2-page art journal spread. Starting out with some yellow ochre and just adding it to the background of my 2 pages, spritzing with a little bit of water just to help it flow a little bit better. Then I add a little bit of the sap green, and again just blend it onto my page. It's a little bit darker than I expected, so I use a baby wipe and just wipe a little bit off. I actually like how that looks, so on top of it I add a little bit more of the yellow ochre. Pull the stencil out that I'm going to be using today, and it's called Tropical Floral Stencil by Traci Bautista. I start out by using some of the quinacridone crimson and just picking certain parts of the stencil to stencil on the corners and kind of like the edges of my 2 pages. Then I go and use the sap green and another little bit of the stencil. This is a great stencil for mark making, and it's just amazing. It has so many elements. I continue layering the stencil on my art journal pages, just picking up bits and pieces of the stencil, turning it, selecting something else, and just continuing to add more and more layers to create more depth and dimension on my page. I use the Prussian blue to stencil 2 of the flowers at the top which say BU, and then I stencil one of the just regular plain flowers on the other side of my page in the Prussian blue as well. Now I pull out this stamp set by Art to the 5th called Art Fusion, and I pull out just one of the stamps, one that looks like a stem to a flower. Using a foam brush and some of the sap green, I apply some paint and then just stamp several times on my page. Be sure if you're using acrylic paint on any kind of rubber stamps that you wash them off or use a baby wipe so that they don't get wrecked. Now I go back in and add some flowers to the tops of my stems. Use a fine liner brush to just outline my flowers a little bit, just to make them pop a little bit more. I add a few dots to the center of the flowers and then add a little bit of the yellow ochre as well, just to give my flowers a little bit of a center. And then I use the Prussian blue to give my page an edge. I cut up my quote, and it had a cute butterfly on it, so I was like, I'm gonna add that to my page as well. So I cut that out as well, glued on with my Liquitex matte gel medium. I cut my quote apart just because I felt like it looked better on the page that way. I kind of fussed around with it a little bit, trying to decide how I wanted it. Using a charcoal pencil, I give it a little bit of a shadow underneath, and the page is complete. Thanks so much everyone for joining me this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's Stencil Crush Tuesday, and thank you for all of your love and all the comments. I so appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.